Hello again, and welcome to another episode of Darthtuba's Star Wars Unboxing Show. I am your host, Darthtuba. As always, you can like and subscribe to my videos on YouTube, Darthtuba, 2 words. You can follow me on Twitter, at Darthtuba, or you can like and be part of the Darthtuba community, small as it is, with the Darthtuba Star Wars Unboxing page on Facebook, or email me at darthtuba77@gmail.com. So, today's item. Before I get to it, it comes with a little bit of a story. And that is that last year, about, I would say, 13, 14, 15 months ago, when the product was released on Big Force Friday for the big Force Awakens reveal, I was one of those people that was extremely excited. And it seemed like lots of different places had a lot of different product in different forms. Of course, Toys R Us began showing their Elite series. And Toys R Us had a unique set of items. They had these, what can only be described as larger scale figures, like almost audio animatronic type figures. And they were bigger than a foot. They're probably like 18 inches or so. And they looked amazing. You know, they were really more like statues, things that had a little bit of movement to them. They weren't fully articulated or anything like that. But they were unique to Toys R Us. And there have been a bunch of them that have been released, both classic characters as well as Force Awakens characters. I saw some of them and I thought they were great, but they were kind of expensive. And I kind of felt like, you know, I have to pick and choose what I collect, just like any collector who's on a limited budget. So I kind of let it go and waited a little bit for sales and clearances to come up, and they have over time. And I was able to score this one just this week with the help of a coupon and some clearance sales already in place. And today I'm going to do an unboxing for you, and it is the Star Wars Stormtrooper Animatronic Interactive figure. Okay, as you can see, this is a pretty impressive toy. Okay, it's pretty impressive in its size and as well as what kind of things it can do. And you know, it was, I think, originally a retail item for over $100 in Toys R Us, but slowly but surely they jocked the price down, brought the price down, brought the price down. Eventually, I think I ended up paying, with some coupons and whatnot, about $30 for it. So it was a little bit more reasonable. But there were more than just this one. I know that there was a C-3PO, a Chewbacca, a Darth Vader, a Kylo Ren. I know those, it definitively existed. And they also have a couple of other items that I think are exclusive to them, like a radio-controlled AT-AT and one of those interactive R2-D2s, but with a radio-controlled set of functions. You know, it's pretty cool stuff. But this is the Stormtrooper. It is, if you can look at it closely, you'll see that it is actually original trilogy Stormtrooper, not First Order. Okay, I'm going to just read the stuff on the box in the back. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, Star Wars is an ever-deepening, timeless, mythological tale of good versus evil set in a galaxy far, far away. Filled with noble Jedi Knights, fearsome creatures, and cruel villains, the epic space fantasy introduced the Force into a global vocabulary, along with memorable characters. The epic Star Wars saga continues to grow and expand, captivating new generations with its exotic worlds, iconic themes, and unforgettable stories. Okay? So as you can see, it has some sampling on here, but I'm not going to do that right now because it's going to be, I'll do the samples as we open it up. So I'm going to get this started here. And this is not some box art I'm going to keep. There's not a lot of art on the box, so I don't see the point. Plus, this is definitely something that takes up a lot less room inside the box, or I'm sorry, outside the box. It's well packaged. And I'm going to pull this out. Okay. A little bit easier. It's got a few things here on the back. It's got some those rip cords, which are kind of a pain, but we'll do our best with them. The bottom cords aren't so bad. They're like the typical, except that they unfortunately, wrap them around themselves. I don't understand why they do that. This one's a little bit easier. Okay. Yeah, Toys R Us came out with a lot of great exclusives. Unfortunately, they were priced kind of high, and I really believe that the price point was one of the deterring factors when people were, trying to shop for presents for their kids for the holidays. I think that, honestly, they might look at something like this and say, well, that's cool and all, but it's a little bit expensive. That would be me, if I was shopping for I've been a parent. I had to buy presents for my child, and if I saw that and I saw that price point, I'd be like, $100 could buy a lot of things. This is being somewhat difficult. Hang on 1 second. Did I put my scissors there? Okay. Well, as I was saying, it could be, you have to make choices. You got to pick and choose. And the thing is that the licensees kind of provided a huge array of product. Sorry about that. A huge array of product for consumers. And frankly, we have to pick and choose. We all do. So these things have still been on the shelf. Here it is, 15 months later, and I was able to find these. And frankly, just about all the other ones are out there. I was able to get a few. The only one I didn't get, and I'm kind of regretting it, is C-3PO. I just wasn't able to. I don't know. Every time I went in there, the sales weren't working or something. So, all right. He's a little loose, but then we got to worry about his feet. Oh, of course we do. So, yeah, this one is definitely all about staying intact. It's funny though. It's like another reason to consider unboxing your toys is the fact that I remember the old days, and again, youngins, you may not understand this, but there was a time when you would buy a toy and it had these 3 horrible words: batteries not included. And half the fun of the toys was playing with the, hearing the cool sounds or lights or whatever effects they were. Mind you, in our day as children, for the most part, those sounds weren't all that impressive. But, they still helped with our imagination, and we enjoyed them. So we wanted to see the thing work in all of its glory. So, of course, when it didn't work, because the batteries weren't included, it could be very frustrating. Very frustrating for a kid. So it was, when the Renaissance, if you will, returned with Star Wars, and all of a sudden there was product available, and the product was coming with the batteries. That was a great thing. It was for us adults who remember the days when you had to wait until you got all the batteries. It was a nice, pleasant surprise. So we're happy about that. However, it does pose an issue for people who, want to collect stuff in the box, because anybody who don't know this, batteries can often leak. Okay, in fact, almost always will. And that's a problem when you're trying to be a collector and keep things pristine in the package. When that package has, you have to open up the package. So, again, that's just more argument, in my opinion, to take the things out of the package so that you don't have to worry about that. However, you still have to be careful, because even me, oh my goodness, they really kept this guy secure. Even me with taking stuff out of the boxes, okay? Even me doing that, I had to deal with toys on display with their items still getting battery acid leaking, and that was not good at all. So, something to always be aware of. I just realized this does have a little bit more articulation than I realized. It has a little bit of leg movement, has a little bit of foot and ankle movement, okay? And it has a try-me thing, which I'm going to take off, but I am going to do the sticker.
Let me see your identification.
Oh, Okay. You don't need to see my identification.
Close the blast door.
And I think if you... I don't know if it'll go up all the way, but still. All right, on the back, it's got a try me button, a play button, and an off button. I'm going to put it on play. Where's your button?
Give me your report, please. Right. You know what's going on? Move along.
Okay, that's fun. That's fun. It says, I'm a thinking toys. Now, let me just take a look a little bit at the... It says 23 points of articulation. Okay. So, battle mode. Raise the right arm.
You stand guard.
Okay, that's pretty awesome. All right. Do that again.
Stop that ship.
I'm sorry. I just think this is hysterical. Something reminds. What is this? What's the one? What was that movie? Oh, I think it's a Christmas movie. Oh, Jingle All the Way. The movie Jingle All the Way came out. And it's with Arnold Schwarzenegger and a young Jake Lloyd before episode 1. And it was all about the mad rush for this toy that was it was like this, but like obviously it was made just for the movie. It was a brand that was created just for the movie, like a superhero. But he had all these features and talked and stuff, and it was pretty funny. All right, so voice activated talkback mode. So that was the battle mode. Voice activated talkback mode. Press the armor button once to activate the built-in microphone. Talk to the Stormtrooper, and he will respond to your voice. Press button again to deactivate the microphone. So if I press it down, let's see if I get that. Press the armor button. Okay.
Give me your report, please.
Can you hear me?
Right.
Hello?
What's going on?
No, I don't know what's going on. Do you know what's going on?
Move along. Move along.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how that works. Okay. Let's see what else. Let me come back to that. Let me see what else we got here. Raise your voice, and the Stormtrooper will engage in battle mode. Okay. Raise your voice. Stop that ship! Maybe if I talk in the back. What's going on? Sorry if that... I'm sorry if that scared anybody. Okay. I don't know. Oh, when microphone is activated. See, I don't know how to activate the microphone. Okay.
You know what's going on?
Hey! Hey there! Stormtrooper!
Close the blast door.
Oh. Okay, I guess that's how it works.
Move along. Move along.
Sir, can you help me?
You know what's going on?
I have no idea. Alright. So...
Let me see your identification.
You don't need to see my
How
identification.
long have you had these droids?
About 3 or 4 seasons? They're up for sale if you want them.
Stop that ship. Blast them.
He just wants to keep blasting me. Okay. So anyway, there are.
Stop that ship.
Okay. He is now reacting very much.
You can go about your business.
Move along.
Move along. Move along.
I think I get it now.
You know what's going on?
Maybe it's another drill.
Move along. Move along.
Okay, I think you have to press it on and off. I'm going to turn them off for... All right, I'm going to turn them off for a second just because... Okay, so he has batteries. As you can see, I took him out of the box. He came with his batteries already. The batteries are located in the left and right legs. Looks like AAA, I believe. And, you know, the instruction thing is pretty basic. It's just a one-page thing. It has a couple of helpful hints. So, you know, it's a pretty neat thing. As I said, they came up with a bunch of other figures like this. But by itself, without that box, it is a really cool display piece. Okay? And again, and part of the reason I try to find stuff like this and try to find it a little bit cheaper is really simple. You know, there's a ton of Star Wars product out there. And you've seen me open up a lot of different things. And there's a ton more that I haven't shown you that I've opened up in the past, including some of the higher end collectibles like from Sideshow or Hot Toys or Gentle Giant or Kotobukiya, or a bunch of other ones. And there are some great stuff. There's great items out there. The problem is that everything's at a different price point, and not everybody can collect the high-end stuff. I mean, there are life-size. I don't know if you remember this, but back in the '90s, you could go to a Sharper Image. If you remember those stores, the older people will remember them, and you in the malls generally, and you could go and buy a life-size Stormtrooper model. I mean, essentially a statue, life-size Stormtrooper statue. Now, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was somewhere in the realm of $2,500 to $5,000, somewhere in that realm, which even back then was a pretty hefty sum of money. And people could go and look at it and think it was really cool to look at, but the thought of buying something like that was crazy. Well, nowadays, I mean, there's stuff in every price point, but maybe you want something a little bit more than just the little action figures. Something a little bit more than even the 12-inch Hasbro ideas, or even the more, but something like more akin to the Sideshow Stormtroopers, which are like $200 figures. But this is definitely something that's pretty nicely detailed, okay? And it works out that it has some articulation to it, although not a huge amount, just some. But still, it's a nice display piece just like that. So I give this a thumbs up. I think it's really cool. I think it's a thumbs up, especially for the price. I'm happy that I didn't have to pay full price. I would not have wanted to pay full price for this. But, with discounts and coupons, if you can find something like this, I would say knock yourself out. It's really good. And again, I've picked up most of them on sale, and still waiting on the interactive R2. I have an old interactive R2. This one seems to have a little more to it. I'm waiting for that price to drop. That's $150. If it gets below like 60 or 50, I might jump at it. But until then, we'll have to wait and see. So that'll do it for the show today, folks. I'm sorry if some of the volumes were a little bit high there. I'll try to keep it. I'll try to go through it and see if I can maybe edit out some of that. And that's it. Okay. So thank you so much again. If you like what you see, please like, share on YouTube. Darthtuba, 2 words, as my channel. Subscribe to me on Twitter at Darthtuba. And check out my Facebook page, Darthtuba's Star Wars Unboxing page on Facebook, and email me, darthtuba77@gmail.com. Okay, so thank you very much, and may the Force be with you.